Now, jewelers, have you ever been on Pinterest and you're like, oh my gosh, how did they make that? I need to make it. I need to recreate. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited, right? Well, I had that happen to me the other day and I was looking at it and studying it. And I was like, I gotta try it. And so I've been trying it, and I finally have perfected it. And I want to share with you how to make this necklace. Oh, look at this. Look, I call it the cluster necklace because you have little clusters of rondelles that run throughout, and it's so cute. And I was like, how on earth did they do that? I gotta make it. And when I did, I'm like, I gotta teach everybody. I gotta tell the world how to make it. And so come along with me and I will show you how to make this fabulous cluster necklace. Okay, let's go. So this is what you're going to need to make your clustery, sparkly, fun necklace. You are going to need your tools, always your tools. I have my electrician cutter tools because I like them. I got my jeweler cutter tools, my round nose pliers, and my long nose pliers. For material, you're gonna need lots of beads. I have my glass pearls, I have some kind of seed beads, I have my rondelles are gonna bring the cluster to the party. That's right, we want some cluster. I have 28 rondelles, and so I'm gonna need 28 head pins. And then I like to make this necklace adjustable, so I brought chain and a lobster clasp. If you don't want to make it adjustable, then choose any toggle you want. I have 2 split rings and then some crimping beads. So that's all you're gonna need. The first thing I would do is, and I am, if I were me, this is what I would do, and I am me. I am going to make a loop. I'm going to put my head pin and make 1 loop on every rondelle. So you're going to need to make a loop for every rondelle you have or every cluster bead that you have. And I'm just going to put 1 loop on one side. Now, here's what you need to do. You need to make this loop as small as possible. The smaller the loop, the tighter the cluster, I have learned. And so I am going to take my electrician cutter tool and I'm going to cut off the excess wire. And I have it pretty small. I don't have a lot of wire because I want the loop to be small. So the less wire you have, the smaller the loop is going to be. So I'm going to bring this wire back at a 90-degree angle. Yeah. So I've done it. See, I've made at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to take my round nose pliers and I see how it goes from small to big. Well, that is just making it so you can have different size loops. So when you put your wire down here, you're gonna have a smaller loop and then a medium loop right here. And then when you put it down here, you're gonna have a bigger loop. So I'm gonna put the wire as far down on my round nose pliers as I can go. And I'm gonna put the wire at the very end of it. And then I'm gonna start looping around. I'm gonna curl around. I'm gonna bring my plier back down and then I'm gonna loop around some more and I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna loop, loop, loop. Yes, until I have 1 loop on one side. So I am going to do that with 27 other beads. So go ahead and make 1 loop on each side of your rondelles. Go ahead and do that. Whew, that was a lot. That was 28 rondelles, putting a head pin through with a loop on one side. That's a lot of work. And now that I'm done, I gotta tell you, I forgot to bring someone to the party. Yes, I forgot to bring the wire to the party. One of the most important parts, how we're gonna have a necklace when we don't have the wire. So this wire is a 0.45 millimeter. It's pretty thick, and so I like the thicker one for this necklace because I wanna make sure that my rondelles don't slip off, and so I think thicker, better, whatever. But you can do a 0.3, but I prefer a 0.45. So pretty much, it's pretty much just bead, CB, bead, CB, bead, CB, bead, CB, you know, all the way down. And then even when you get to the cluster part, it's bead, CB, clustered, CB, bead, pearl. Got that? So let's put it together and I'll show you what I mean. I'm really excited about this. So we do glass pearl, seed bead, kind of semi seed bead. It's a little bit big for a seed bead, but I call it, that's as small a seed bead as I go. Glass pearl, and then seed bead, glass pearl, seed bead. You get the point. So seed bead every other time, no matter if it's cluster or not. Glass pearl, seed bead, glass pearl. Okay, so now we're getting to the cluster part. So you just want to do a seed bead, right? You want to do a seed bead in between. And now you're gonna put your cluster on. Make sure when you put your cluster that your loops do not have a gap, because if they have a gap between where it touches and where it starts, it will fall off your wire and that would be bad, right? So I am doing 4 rondelles. I'm doing 4 rondelles. And then I'm doing a seed bead. Yeah, baby. And when you do it really tight, your cluster is going to be so cute. Look at that. When you do it tight, it's going to be the cutest cluster ever. And then, so I have seed bead, 4 clusters, seed bead, and then I'm going to do a pearl, and then seed bead, and then pearl, and then seed bead, and then pearl. So 3 pearls in between the cluster, right? Except at the top, because this is where your neck is. You don't want to poke yourself with the cluster. Really annoying. And then seed bead. And then my rondelles. So 4 rondelles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, and then a seed bead. Do you see that? Oh my goodness, it's so cute. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't it. Okay, so go ahead and do that pattern all throughout. Okay, I am putting on my last couple beads, my seed beads and my glass pearls. Ooh, 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 ooh la la. So excited. You know, this necklace is probably, you know, takes a little bit of time. Not too bad. Not we're spending hours and hours, but it does take a little bit of time to do all those rondelles and putting it. Oh, but look at that. Oh my goodness. This is so pretty. So now we want to put on the clasp, right? So I am going to take my split ring. I'm going to take my split ring and I am going to open it up where I'm pulling forward on one hand and pulling back on another. So pull forward and back. And then I am going to put my lobster clasp through. And then I'm going to close it up doing the same thing, but I'm going to go, this is now going to go forward, this is now going to go back. Okay, so I'm moving them. Make sure there's no gap in the split ring. Okay, so now I'm going to get a crimping bead and I'm going to put my crimping bead on my wire, right? I'm going to put my crimping bead on my wire. And then I have my lobster clasp and I'm going to put my split ring through the wire. So I have a crimping bead on one side and then the lobster clasp in the middle and then the wire. I'm going to bring the wire around so that it's looping around the lobster clasp or the split ring and then put it through the crimping bead. Right? And you want a little bit of leeway, you want a little bit of give, and then I'm going to crimp the crimping bead, hence the name crimping bead. Going to crimp my crimping bead. And I have a little bit of wire here, which you want. You don't cut it. Just put it through your bead. Yes, yes, yes. And then I want to make sure I get it tight. Make sure there's no gap between my crimping bead and my pearl bead. And then I'm going to cut this side. Yes. Okay, put that to the side. And I have a lot of chain. I don't want too much chain. I probably want maybe like an inch or 2 to cut it, so that you have an inch or 2 for adjustability. Cut that. And you can, now this is what I've learned. If you put the chain straight on the wire, the chain usually pops off. The split ring is so much more dependable. I really like it. And so I'm going to get another split ring and I'm going to put my chain on my split ring. Put my chain on my split ring and I'm going to close up my split ring. Okay, so I put my split ring on my chain. I'm going to get a crimping bead. Put my crimping bead through on the other side. I'm going to put my split ring and put the wire around the split ring. Around the split ring. And here's the deal. You don't want to have a gap. You don't want a gap. You want this pretty much as tight as you can. So you're gonna pull. I'm gonna take my end of the wire and I'm gonna pull so that there is no gap, because you want these clusters to be tight, and plus that's just good jewelry making 101. You don't want a gap between your crimping bead and your pearl. You want maybe just a tiny bit so you can put the wire back through, but you do not want a big gap. And then you're gonna crimp your crimping bead. Oh yes. And now see how this is poking out? Don't cut it back all the way because it will then come out. You're going to want to cut it just a little bit, and then you're going to put this wire back through your bead. Okay, just like that. And then you have this cute cluster necklace. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just made my own theme music, but look it's so fabulous. I love it. Look at those little clusters. Oh, they're so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. And that's right. I made me another one. I made me another cluster necklace. Oh, look at these clusters. I love it. I love this necklace. If you love it as much as I do, which you know is kind of hard to beat, but if you do, then give me a big old thumbs up, comment with others, and share this video. But I hope you like it as much as I did. It was worth it. Wasn't it worth like the little effort it took to do 28 of these rondelles and string it and all that stuff? I totally think it's worth it. So I do videos, right? I do the how-to videos, but also during the week, I make other creations. So if you want to check out my other creations or know what I'm doing, you can check out my Instagram. I do tons of pictures of my other creations. You can check out my Pinterest, and then also you can check out my Etsy. That's right, I have Etsy shops. So not only do I make these, but I sell them too. So you can check all of those out. But if you want to know what my next video is, you're like, oh, Des, I want to know. Tell me. You can click right here to subscribe, and it'll do the notification thing for you. And then here's another video of mine that I've done, and here's another video of mine. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.